2022 was Sofa's best year by every metric. But more importantly, the product reached an important milestone in terms of usefulness. For those of you who don't know what Sofa is, it's an iOS app to help you be more intentional with your downtime. You do this by creating a list of movies, books, TV shows, video games, all types of stuff. Those things that you want to enjoy later. This video is going to be a recap of Sofa's 2022 and also some plans for 2023. I've broken this video up into a few different sections, so feel free to skip around. I feel like Sofa's foundation is in a very good place, and you no longer have to make major compromises to use the app. Now, to be fair, there are still compromises. They're just much smaller than they were a year or two ago. I'm very excited about this phase of Sofa because I now get to iterate on that foundation and expand the product in new ways. So here's some of the highlights of what I shipped for Sofa in 2022. The first set of features I'm going to go over are for Super Sofa, which is the paid and more advanced version of the app. I made lists much more customizable. This includes adding big cover images for lists, giving them a large header and even descriptions within there, and you can add different formatting options. And also new ways to lay out everything that's in your list, between a list and a grid view and various densities within that. You can edit custom items. There's markdown support for sticky notes. And probably my favorite, which is there is now streaming providers for movies and TV shows. So then you can see where to watch something. The next set of features are free for everyone. Sofa is available on Apple Silicon Macs. There's support for list widgets on iPhone home screens. If you're into the nerdier parts of iOS, you can now use shortcuts with Sofa. And lastly, my favorite is shared list. And what this means is you can now collaborate on lists with your friends, family, spouse, partner, whatever. And this is a beta feature right now, but it's still incredibly useful and something I've been wanting for a really long time. If you want to go deeper into all of those updates, I have a video linked in the description below. The majority of Sofa is completely free to use. Sofa makes money by charging a subscription for more advanced features. This subscription is called Super Sofa. Super Sofa comes in two sizes. You can do a personal plan or a family plan, and you can pay for each one of those in a monthly or yearly variant. In 2022, I added an option for people to pay for lifetime access. This is a one-time payment that unlocks Super Sofa for the life of the app. The lifetime option rounds out Super Sofa in a really nice way. It gives people flexibility to pay for Sofa in ways that maybe more fit their personal preference or their financial situation. Before I get into some of the numbers, let me explain a few caveats. I launched Super Sofa in July of 2021, so I don't have 2 full years of data to actually compare. I have 6 months of data from 2021 and a full 12 months of data from 2022. A young business like Sofa is going to have much larger jumps year over year in terms of growth. As a business matures, the year over year growth numbers tend to get a bit smaller. I'm not going to be sharing any specific dollar amounts, only the percentage change year over year from 2021 to 2022. So in terms of revenue, so this is money coming into the business or sales of the Super Sofa plans, this grew by 184% year over year. In terms of active subscribers, so these are people who are actually subscribed to Sofa, this grew by 89% year over year. And then for subscription businesses, there's 2 key metrics that are usually tracked. There is monthly recurring revenue, or MRR, and annual recurring revenue, or ARR. So for example, a subscription that is $8 per month will contribute $8 to the monthly recurring revenue while it is active. An annual subscription that costs $120 per year will contribute $10 per month to the monthly recurring revenue. And then annual recurring revenue, or ARR, is computed by multiplying monthly recurring revenue by 12. So my monthly recurring revenue and annual recurring revenue both grew by 85% year over year. I'm extremely happy with Sofa's 2022 growth, and I think this is going to put me in a good position to carry that forward for 2023. I think Sofa is a good product that solves a problem for many people. The hardest part is making those people aware that Sofa even exists and then convincing them to try it out. There are literally millions of apps, and the excitement of trying new apps for most people is kind of gone. This is why I'm mixing slow and steady tactics along with bigger swings to build awareness for the product. In terms of slow and steady, I need to show people that they can trust me and that I'm in this for the long haul. The best way I can do this is to communicate, to be accessible, and to keep improving the product. I try my best to communicate future plans and my reasons behind them without over-promising. I also think it's fun to see the behind the scenes of how stuff is actually made. YouTube is my best channel for communicating directly with current and future Sofa customers, and this is where I'm going to be putting a lot of focus in 2023. In terms of being accessible, there's a few rare companies that can go dark for long stretches of time and then announce something very big and then be successful. Customers today have an expectation that companies will be accessible to them in various ways. This is a hard thing for me to personally balance, especially as a team of one, but here's how I'm thinking to do it. During the beta testing for Sofa 3.4, I had actually set up a Discord server for all the beta testers. This was really helpful for capturing feedback, communicating with people in real time, figuring out different issues and bugs. I've decided to keep that Discord server around and have that become the central hub for the Sofa community. So if you'd like to hang out and talk with other Sofa fans, there is a link in the description where you can join the Discord server. I'm still on Twitter, but it's kind of in a weird place right now, so I've set up a Mastodon server, and you can follow either myself or the official Sofa account by going to sofahq.social. Let's talk about taking bigger swings. I think people try to optimize their sales and marketing funnels too soon. Like I said before, Sofa is a young business, and I don't really have the volume to benefit from optimizing at this point. Instead, I'm taking bigger, more intentional swings to bring more people into that funnel, which then I can optimize more in the future. I took a few bigger swings in 2022 by sponsoring a few podcasts on the Relay FM network. I sponsored the Talk Show podcast with John Gruber, and then also Daring Fireball.
I thank Sofa for supporting the Talk Show. And seriously, I'm telling you this, it is absolutely, sincerely a great native app that you should check out if you're actually enjoy entertaining yourself with stuff like TV and movies. I swear, go check it out. I would recommend this app even if they weren't sponsoring the show. It's that good. Go get it. sofahq.com/the talk show.
I chose places where the audience would be more Apple focused, who are at least a little bit nerdy, or maybe very nerdy, and who are interested in hearing about new apps. This is an audience that I am personally a part of, and it felt like a very good place to start. This is the first time I've ever written ad copy for any kind of sponsorship. And these environments were good real world places for me to test and refine the messaging so that I can continue doing it this year. Overall, I'm very happy with how these sponsorships have gone, and I'll likely continue doing this into 2023. There are two main areas where I'll be focused on for 2023. That's organization and what I'm calling friendly data. Now, in terms of organization, Sofa's foundation is pretty solid, but there's still a lot of room for iteration and improvement. I have a bunch of ideas on how to improve organizing large amounts of data in Sofa, tracking progress of books, shows, games, and adding more customization to the app. Now, in terms of friendly data, in Sofa 3.4, I added shortcut support, which means getting data out of Sofa is even better than it was before. But getting data into Sofa is pretty terrible. It's something I'm going to be focused on in 2023, but it is going to require some infrastructure work on my end to make that work in a good way. I'll be sharing details as I'm working on all of this stuff here on YouTube, on Discord, and on Mastodon. So be sure to follow me there. So I hope you've all enjoyed Sofa's 2022 improvements and this overall recap. It's been a great year, and I'm very, very pleased with how it went. And I'm excited for next year. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.